Now, man, the ABC has been in a lot of strife lately, and rightly so. And let me add another example of the insidious use of your tax dollars at the public broadcaster. We showed you the other night that the ABC's political reporter for the 7:30 program, Laura Tingle, a long-standing Green Left agitator in the Canberra Press Gallery, she's nominated for the staff-elected position on the ABC board. Look, the Joint is a staff-run collective anyway, and I guess the staff position on the board just formalises that situation. But with that in mind, have a look at this puff piece by Tingle on 7:30 last night about the Labor Party's announcement of a funding package for the arts.
It was not surprising that two notorious music tragics like Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and his Arts Minister Tony Burke would choose a legendary music venue to launch their cultural policy.
I did prefer it back in the days when your feet did in fact stick to the carpet.
Let's just hope I'm a better PM than I was a DJ.
Oh, yeah. We're all old rockers here, hey? I mean, is this an episode of Countdown or a current affairs report? Let's see if it gets any more hard-hitting.
Part of the change is in how the arts sector is now considered as a major part of the economy, as well as having a value of its own. It was a particularly bitter point during pandemic close-downs. The Morrison government made a point of supporting tradies in the sector, but not necessarily artists.
It is an important part of our economy. That's important to recognise that. But it's also important, I think, to lift ourselves above the usual economic debate. This is about our soul. This is about our identity.
Our soul? I thought the ABC liked to ridicule anyone who believed in souls. This piece of arts policy propaganda also played a riff right into the Arts Minister's favourite tune.
The latest Arts Minister notes the economics of the music industry has particularly changed in recent times. There is no longer the money in album or CD sales. There is income from music streaming, but viable incomes these days comes from live performances. With options in Australia very limited in recent years, that means artists have to tour internationally, if they can. This is what has led to the creation of Sounds Australia, the so-called Austrade with Rhythm.
What they do is they try to get Australian artists onto the billing for as many international festivals as possible.
Great. We know Labor want to control everything. Now they even want to control what music we get to hear. Now, the thing about this report by Tingle is not just that it was boosterism for Labor and advertorial for Labor's arts initiative, but it also looked like a sop to 4,000 ABC employees, many of whom consider themselves to be working in the arts, and most of whom are focused on the arts. Tingle couldn't possibly think that what she says on her taxpayer-funded reporting platform might actually influence how her fellow taxpayer-funded staff vote in the election for a taxpayer-funded board position, could she? Could she? We'll continue to watch with interest.